People, deluded, I'm back again. Let's just speak about a couple of rumours affecting Arsenal, whether they're true or not. First and foremost is one I've literally just screenshotted and seen as I'm about to start this vid. According to Le 10 Sport, apparently our London Coley neighbours, Watford, are in advanced talks to sign El Havre midfielder Gueye. Now, we've been linked with him. Obviously, I want him for several reasons. You know, we've got a young manager, we've got a young teenage to mid-20 squad generally. He fits the billing at 21. I think, you know, he's a bit raw. He has a lot of developing to do in relation to what specific midfield role he wants to do, because he does a bit of everything. But he's a good ball carrier. He's a fairly decent passer. He's got good height. And, you know, he wears the cap, despite being 21 years of age, he wears the captain's band in some capacity for El Havre from time to time, which shows something about his mentality. And as much as we need players that are first and foremost consistent, confident and competent at this club, we need bravery, especially if we're going to get out of these tough moments. And I think he's got that. Obviously, the French connections are a bonus. Going to Watford presents him maybe with the opportunity to play more games, because it's a less, you know, dynamic or squad depth-wise midfield options in their side. You know, with him signing, is he coming to complement Watford? Or, you know, you look at Torreira and Capue's, for me, playing much better than he ever was at Spurs. And you look at Doucouré is always linked with a move. Is this his replacement? I don't think they're direct like-for-like players, but is it one body in, one body out? And especially the fee was, the max you saw was 10 million euros for Arsenal. If we are working with a limited budget, you could see why this benefits us, people. You know, The Athletic yesterday also, moving on from that, sorry people, The Athletic previously said that, you know, Bukayo Saka has offers from elsewhere. We're still trying to sign him, make him sign a deal. Apparently, Arsenal will offer Bukayo Saka a substantial pay increase despite their current financial problems. And he should. He's going to pay for himself in years to come, just from being a consistent first-team player. If the day ever comes where he says he wants to leave, then there's that. Obviously, if we was to lose him for free next year, it'd be a bitter blow. And it's really a lax approach, because the minute he got exposed to first team against Frankfurt, the minute he played against Frankfurt in the Europa League or whenever his debut came, is when you know, get advisors on the line. I'm no agent. I don't know Saka. I don't know his things. Just something tells me he's going to sign a new deal, because he seems like, you know, he recognises I've got a good thing going here. If I ever want to leave, I can leave in a few years. If Arsenal get anything less than a 5-year deal, it's a madness. If I'm his advisors, I'm realistically trying to get Bukayo Saka. I might say 4-year, maybe a 3 with an extension, with an option of a 1-year. But I'm trying to get Arsenal to commit him to a 3-year deal so that we can renegotiate things and whatnot. I don't know, is Saka 18 yet? Because when he turns 18, he can sign 5 years. The max you can sign at 17 is impacted a lot. But that's the most encouraging news I can see. Obviously, like Aubameyang, I'd love both of them to sign new deals. But until either player is pictured holding the shirt or taking, you know, they take them pictures with a contract. Until I see that stuff, it's everything's up in air, people. Away from that, though, and apparently Arsenal will listen to offers from many of their players, according to David Ornstein. They want to strengthen in defence, hold in midfield, and attack. But that will much depend on what happens with players such as Marie, Cedric, Mustafi, Xhaka, Torreira, Aubameyang, Lacazette. So what I get from that is not that we're necessarily going to sign all of them, but all of their futures are in air. I think Torreira should stay, and I think Torreira's got a big future with Arteta. But again, you always see him linked with Milan moves. Obviously, Ceballos and Xhaka, that sort of skill set or combination skill set might be an insight in which Arteta wants to play, to which Torreira falls short of it to a degree. He might have concerns over Torreira's ability to build from the base of defence. That's why Xhaka might be in the team. If he can find someone that offers what Xhaka offers, then Xhaka might lose his place. So Torreira's been linked. Obviously, Xhaka's put to bed all the, you know, we've come a long way as fans and Xhaka with the whole stuff that happened. But he might still want to move. It could have been, you know what, I still want to leave in the summer, because this could happen again. But I'm going to give you my all right now sort of thing, to which that could happen. He's been linked with her for billion. Mustafi's got a year left. He might, for depth purposes, he might be allowed to run down his deal, or he might concede that, you know what, I want to see out my last deal at Arsenal. But in an ideal world, there's probably never been a better time to sell Mustafi. He's looked something close of the 30, 35, 40, whatever million defender we signed from Valencia to much expectation. So he's probably someone that should be moved on. Obviously, Marie, until it's factual, we hear talks of a permanent deal. Who knows what's going to happen in that? The same is said for Cedric. And obviously, Lacazette and Aubameyang. Aubameyang are badly wanting to sign a deal. Lacazette's got 2 years left. One of them will probably leave, if not both, at some point. We've got a difficult situation. And to be fair, it's almost like cutting off the nose to spite the face with a lot of them. Because if you sell Xhaka, you've got to bring in a midfielder. You sign Torreira, you need to bring in a defensive mid. You sell Lacazette, you're relying on Eddie Nketiah to be that plan B striker. You sell Aubameyang, you need to get 20 league goals minimum. And can we afford a striker that brings that? Marie leaves, how does that impact defence? Cedric goes, you know what happens with Maitland-Niles? Does he finally accept he's a right back, or we move him on and bring someone else in? Because not even just Cedric, there's also Bellerin's been linked with a move. And forgive me if I'm wrong, Bellerin's contracted until 2022 as well. So the 2021 contracts are one thing, but there's players with 2 years left, and he's not been added to this, but you've got Kolasinac by that logic, Bellerin, Eddie Nketiah. In terms of protecting our value for that player, we need to get him to sign a new deal. We've been linked with a bag of new left backs. If we sign another left back, Kolasinac, who is on 100 bags a week, would we sell him? Do you get it? Bellerin, he's spoken of being a captain and whatnot. He's probably at a crossroads in his career right now. Does he want to stay, or does he want to take up? If there is any substance to these rumours of Inter Milan and Seville and Atletico Madrid in his homeland, does he want to do that? So there's a lot of to and from. Obviously, there's debate players that need to be moved on, the Mkhitaryan's, the El Nenes, etc., etc. But we'll see what happens, man. And I believe David Ornstein spoke on this in relation to a live Q&A sort of thing, people. So we'll see how it impacts. I think the best thing that could happen is Saka signs a new deal, of course, and Aubameyang signs a new deal. But again, I've accepted Aubameyang's leaving. I'm mentally prepared for Saka to keep it moving, people, because just of this thing it's been. I didn't mention it previously, people, but what was I gonna say? Completely lost it. But I've seen online right now, people, Kelechi Nwakwe makes a shock transfer claim after struggling in North London. It's the first time I'm reading this report. Obviously, he arrived at 17 years of age, 18 years of age after playing in the Under-17s World Cup. 21 years of age, spent a number of loans in different countries, and depending on how you looked at it, had some positive moments, but didn't convince to get a chance at Arsenal. And, you know, he joined Xhaka in Spain the other day, well, a few things ago. He spent 3 years here, didn't play, obviously went to Porto as well. He said, though, he insists that Arsenal were reluctant to let him walk out the door and believed that further loan spells would help him develop. And again, you're never written off. Just because it hasn't worked out at Arsenal, he's still 21. Things can happen. He said, the deal was even done the last day of the transfer window. They didn't want me to leave, but at the same time, I was giving them reasons why I should leave Arsenal. Staying in England and not playing, going on loan. I went on loan 3 times. And obviously, maybe if he was to get a work permit, it could have worked out for him. But he said, it's better I go to a place where I can settle instead of going to a place after 1 year, I'll leave, go to another place. It was difficult moving from Netherlands and then Portugal, which is true. Spent time in Holland, a couple of clubs in Portugal. It's not stability-wise, and that's what a lot of young players go with. You look at a lot of them at our club right now. 1 minute they're one place, 1 minute they're another place. Not only cultures and way of life, but different tactics. You might play under one man. Yeah, you might, on one hand, it's good. You might improve defensively playing in an ultra-defensive system, but you might be a creative player. You might not be a man that can run up and down and weights man and stuff, so you're not going to excel. Balls in the air all the time, you're not going to excel, and that's going to knock on your confidence. You might go to a team who plays more to your standard, but the owner, the club manager don't really care because you're not here permanently. You might not get game time, or he might play you out of position. You might be a cam, he might play you on the flanks. So you need stability, and at 21, hopefully he can get that. He said, even if it's going to take time, I'll work it out. I've still got age on my side. And that's 100% facts. You've still got age on your side, my guy. You can still have a good career. You just, got to work hard and do what you need to do in that regards. And everything else will take care of itself. I'm a firm believer of cream rises to the top. And we've been linked with Luka Jovic again on loan. Apparently we want him even regardless of the Aubameyang situation. But that's in the paper. How much of that is true, I don't know. But for now, there's really nothing more to add. I'm going to get out of here. People, it's always a pleasure. Deluded, I'm out.